skills and the ability to recover and start again and not get you down from the errors. So there's a lot of skills, different skills involved in races, not just deep knowledge of the game and such. Of course, this is required, of course, but also these little things. It looks like the race is started right now. So good luck to our
good luck to both runners. It's gonna be a really fun one.
And have fun to all of our audience, and let's get into the race. In the beginning, not really. I mean, in the beginning, you see that our opponents are going to face the tutorial, which explains you the main moves of the game. We are more interested in the last coin that you see at the end of the tutorial, because that coin is needed together with the 3 coins that our racer are about to get from the Appleman. Those coins are needed to buy the spread weapon, which is probably the most efficient weapon for this particular category.
Yeah, the runners know how to play the game. They don't have to go through the tutorial to learn the basics. They're gonna have to grab the coin, grab 3 coins from the Alpo NPC from the bridge, then buy the spread to just storm through the rest of the bosses in a boss rush experience that all bosses category offers.
Yeah, and the first one of all these long and exciting run are the root pack. Three mini bosses. You're going to face a potato, an onion, and a carrot. A pretty easy boss, just to get acquainted with the mechanics of the games, and this is also they're funny to watch. This giant onion crying like a baby is always hilarious.
Yeah, they're really fun. All the characters in Cuphead, I think the bosses have really nice expressions, really nice attacks. Like the animations are on point. They aimed the studio that made Cuphead, of course. They are just on point with a style that they brought into the game.
They also won a lot of awards in many during the last events. I believe they won lots of prizes and awards in categories such as art design, graphic style, and also music. Well, music of this game is
definitely. Both runners did a 48 on Rootback, the first boss. I expected Kaleva to actually do a 45, which is the best one that you can get. But I guess he has like a little bit of nerves coming into the race. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that he will just do really well as the race continues.
And moving on, we have frogs, the Libyan frogs. This boss is pretty tough because it's really easy to get. It's pretty easy to lose time for free by not hitting particular cycles because if you are not dealing enough damage in few time, you're going to have extra attacks during which you cannot deal extra damage. This means that you're going to lose a lot of time.
I'm pretty sure Calavan will get that cycle now. He has practiced a lot and he got it, the skip.
Nice, very nice.
Like the left frog was supposed to do some attacks and he didn't do it because Kaleva did enough damage to actually skip that phase. Really nicely done there. As you can see from Scoutman's screen, the right frog does the windmill attack, and then the frog does a few attacks with blades. Now
so
Kaleva.
Like Scoutman got the optimal cycles. Let's see which attacks the slot machine is going to give to him. Looks like the frog attack. I'm not really sure about, but for sure a good RNG for John. Kaleva also got tiger first and then the bull, but still he managed to close up the battle with an amazing time, 1 minute and 10 seconds. Wow.
1 minute and 10 seconds is one of the best. I think the world record holder got like 1:08, but he pretty much played that fight perfectly. So Kaleva being able to do such a good time on a race environment means that he played that fight really well.
Yeah,
JohnScoutman as well, 122. He missed like a cycle, so that's why he lost about 12 seconds there. He didn't really use the weapons that he had optimally, and you can see that in this category, positioning matters a lot, and skipping cycles matters a lot, actually, to save time.
Yeah, especially in battles like frogs, where damage is not carried through different phases. There are some battles such as we'll see later on, such as Beppy the Clown, where even if you don't close a phase very quickly, you can still do damage that will count for the next one. But for other battles such as frogs and other ones that we will see, this doesn't hold. So you need to be very careful about that.
You see a really interesting technique that Kaleva used both in the frogs and in the Guppy fight. The spread EX, the super attack of the spread, is just spreads like a shotgun in 8 directions, I guess you can say. Different directions. If you actually stay inside the boss, you can use that EX to maximize the damage that the EX uses. You see in JohnScoutman's way, he used that EX in airtime, hitting the face of Guppy and deals maximum damage. And for someone in chat asking for the weapon switching, Glitchless doesn't have weapon switching, and because we're playing in the current patch, it has been really nerfed a lot. So the runners are not going to be doing weapon switching technique.
Yeah, because with the new update, the weapon swap glitch has been completely nerfed. And now the fastest way to deal with boss is just using spreads and key shooter is the basic hard to get at the very beginning of the game. Speaking of the legacy category, Hildeberg is a boss pretty much hasn't been changed a lot, transitioning from one category to the other. I mean, the movements and the attack and the strategy you need to pull off is pretty much the same. The only difference is that you can't do the freeze. It's been removed and it's not allowed. If it is still present, you can do that.
Something to mention here, the runners took intentional hits to actually do damage boosts. While Hilda was retracting, they used EXs while she was going back to the original position, and the missile that they shot dealt maximum damage to her, hitting about 6 or 5 times, I think, compared to like a 3-time cycle. Kaleva missed the bomb EX though. He didn't really calculate as much as he could, and so he got a really bad hit there from him, I believe. That will actually cost me a little bit of time.
We're also doing the last phase, which can be quite frantic at some point. Lots of stuff going on. With 1 HP, but it pulls Kaleva is able to advance to the next boss, whereas JohnScoutman is facing the last phase of the Hildeberg battle when Hilda turns into a mechanical moon. I don't really know what's going on with this boss. But
for some reason UFOs come out of her. I don't know why. He gets a knockout. Nicely done. Kaleva didn't really get the best time that he could. I'm pretty sure he's not really satisfied with that, but he wanted to play a bit safe because he got that really silly hit, I believe.
Yeah, that hit in the middle of the fight really influenced his battle a lot, because you really don't want to die in this round, because a death can be very problematic and it make you lose a lot of time, because if you die you get back at the very beginning of the boss, and especially if you die at the very end of a battle, that costs you. It may cost you the race as well. Yeah,
that hurts a lot, and the biggest time save is a deathless run, that is for sure. Kaleva is, both runners are fighting the boss with the best dancing moves, I believe, in the game.
I agree.
Yeah, some of the greatest soundtrack. He can be a bit problematic, but they have experience. They use EXs to gain some airtime extra, so they avoid some attacks. And Kaleva storms through the fight, really nicely done. Aggressive positioning to use the spread.
It looks like a very pretty flawless fight. As we can see from the time, 46 is a very good time, so very solid beginning for Kaleva. JohnScoutman is there, isn't too far. He's I believe less than half a boss behind. So this race is
I believe
very close.
John is using the pea shooter though in pretty much the whole fight. I don't think Kagani is one of his favorite bosses, so he doesn't really go for the spread in the face positioning. So he's gonna go for the safer strats, which is just use pea shooter. And you can see from the time that he didn't really get the best time. Yeah, 58.
It's still decent for using safe strats, I believe.
Yeah, it's decent, but compared to Kaleva, he lost about 12 seconds. Using that spread is really crucial.
And moving on to the Baroness Bomb. I believe this is one of the most hilarious boss ever. Look at these minions. What is
Yeah.
that thing? I have no clue.
Like they're supposed to be like really nicely candies and such, but they want to hurt you, so it doesn't really look nice.
Even candy.
Exactly.
Candy
And
for Kaleva. Second minion. Very good RNG so far. This boss, these minions are pretty much what you always want to see, want to face in this battle, because some minions are faster to deal on. I speak to there's a jawbreaker. Some bosses are easier to take down, but others requires much more time. For instance, the jawbreaker has a very slow death animation. This may cost you a little bit of time if you get that boss instead of other. Also, I see different routes from racers. Kaleva that starts the second island from Baroness Bon Bon Bon, and JohnScoutman start from Beppy the Clown.
yeah, there is a reason for that. Baby the Clown, there's like a different route that you can take on World 2. If you go to Baroness first, you're actually going to pick up the bomb upgrade from the airplanes. Kaleva is going to use the bombs. I have seen his runs, he doesn't. John, I don't think does, so that's why he went to Beppy first, because that is the fastest way to do that rotation of bosses. As you can see, Kaleva picks up the bombs, and now he's going to be fighting the genie. In the meantime,
JohnScoutman is in a little bit of trouble because he has to face the last section of Beppy's fight with only 1 HP, and the very last phase can be quite problematic with all those penguins throwing you tennis ball. Oh, and got a death. Unfortunate death.
yeah, that's the first unfortunate death. It can be a bit difficult, that last phase with the penguins and such. And John gets the first death of the race. In the meantime,
I believe he tried to use the X pads right in the middle of the bosses, but at the same time a penguin spawned directly over him and is causing the hit and has consequently death.
At that situation, you probably want to stay up top and then wait for the penguins to spawn, and then go for the damage boost and such, or the damage spread.
Once the penguins are all spawned, that central spot becomes one of the safer to stand and actually try to hit Beppy.
Exactly. Kaleva,
Another death.
Another unfortunate death. Beppy can be really problematic in this category. There are like a few bosses in this one. World 2 actually offers some of the... I think there are about 3 run killers, if you exclude the airplane levels. One of them is Beppy, of course.
Yeah, and of course, and the next one we're going to see really soon is Dragon. The beloved dragon fight, which pretty much every runner's scared of.
Yeah, for sure.
Good reason, I would say. Very good.
Yeah,
Kaleva is about to finish the...
Yeah, in the meantime, Kaleva did a complete textbook fight there from the Jimmy. He used like perfect DXs, and he got a 130, which is one of the best. I think 128 might be the optimal, but some really crazy runners, do that. But 130 is actually pretty insane, to be honest.
Yeah, and I believe if you do everything perfectly, I mean, I don't think you can get too much better than that. There are some constraints, of course, in that fight. Yeah,
you can use the bomb somehow, I think, but it's really, really weird. I don't know exactly how it works, to be honest. I haven't really done it myself. They are pretty much now on the same boss because of the 2 unfortunate deaths from JohnScoutman. Kaleva is standing in the corner, by the way. There is like a way to actually do this without taking damage. He failed to do it. It's unfortunate, it happens. But 1 HP is not really the end of the world, as JohnScoutman gets the knockout.
Yeah, you really want to put yourself into that position behind the Beppy, because you really want to close the first phase in 2 cycles. You really want to be in the second phase as long as possible, because during the second phase you can do much more damage compared to the card phase. This means that you're going to complete the battle in less time. But really what we want is...
Another RNG element in this fight for Beppy is the fact that Kaleva got the golden horse first. If you actually get the green horse first in the 3rd phase of Beppy, you can actually kill it in 1 cycle. This is unfortunate. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but RNG in this fight affects you about like 4 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
Not too much. Not too much. See, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, 3 or 4 seconds. Not much more. Not a big deal. John's facing the genie right now. It took hit at the very beginning of the fight. Now he's facing the stacks phase, which is, I would say, is quite standard. Nothing really incredible going on during that. Compared to other runs such as boss is regular, where you actually pull off hidden hitboxes below the screen to continuously deal damage to the genie.
Yeah, the good old hidden hitboxes. We all love them. And now Jones takes another hit. This is really unfortunate. He has to play extremely passive now.
Yeah, definitely.
Kaleva goes to the Wally Wobbles fight. He picked up the bomb, so some of the phases of the boss are not really going to be that difficult for Kaleva.
Especially that last one. Apparently, Kaleva doesn't really want to get cornered at the very left, risking hit and dying, because if you get cornered like that, as you will see, there's no way to escape.
Oh, John takes another death there from the genie. He tried to parry that attack, he failed, but I'm pretty sure he can recover though. It's not really the end of the world for John.
Even though the genie fight is pretty long, and it was already, I believe it was already 1 minute and 15 seconds into the battle, which is make us serious. It's not over yet. I've seen lots of races with lots of crazy comebacks, and also your opponent can choke as well. So
indeed,
to continue playing at your best and never get everything can happen. So even though John now is actually behind, quite behind, he's 2 bosses behind. He really did not do all off. Oh, I was watching Kaleva in a very scary situation. As you can see, actually picking up bombs came really clutch for Kaleva, because the bird came towards the left, and had done the usual strat, he would have probably died. So good for him.
He started with the usual strat. He had HP, but the unfortunate corner that he took really 2 early hits. He wanted to go for the bomb safety to end the fight. He lost a little bit of time, but it's not the end of the world, as I said again. In the meantime, he's gonna fight one of the hardest bosses in the game, I believe, in this category.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very, very crazy fight. There's lots of things going on, lots of things you have to deal with. The dragon itself, his projectiles, the clouds that moves from right to left and spawns randomly, so you don't really have any solid terrain to stand on. You have to continuously watch out for where you actually land your jumps, because if you fall down, you are going to take hit. This phase is still okay, but as we will see, this battle will become a lot frantic in the next phases.
Yeah, the next 2 phases are really, really rough, especially because you don't have the cloud facing your direction, kind of. It pulls you towards the boss. Can be a bit problematic, especially in the last phase, as you said already.
In this phase, I believe it's really, really hard to focusing on shooting the dragon, at the same time watching for the little flames dashing towards him. That's really hard, and this is the phase that scares everyone. I believe this is the moment for Kaleva if he beats this boss.
Yeah, he plays from some cloud. Yeah, he plays from some cloud RNG there. Gets hit. He should have opted to go up, while John, by the way, gets knockout for Kaleva, death there for JohnScoutman in the Bonbon fight. He got some really bad minions. He opted to go a little bit more aggressive there with spread, but it was a bit unfortunate that he didn't really land a lot of the shots, and he didn't really kill the bosses really fast.
I would like to underline that 1 minute and 20 seconds dragon fight in a race situation is, in my opinion, a very, very amazing time.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The limit is not that far. I mean, I believe it's around 1 minute and 10, 1 minute and seconds best time you can get dragon. Yeah, so it's really
1 minute and 8 seconds, I believe.
Really amazing performance from Kaleva, the dragon fight. And Kaleva is heading towards the 3rd island. The 3rd island, the beginning of the 3rd island is really is really soft, because we are going to Kaleva is going to face the Rumorone bottoms. This is another fight where actually platforms moves in a random fashion, so you need continuously watch out for where you stand, where you land, and at the same time you need to watch out for where the boss is, what the projectiles are.
In the meantime, nice knockout there from John. Takes down Bonbon. He's going to be facing now Wally. And as you said from the platforms, nice parry there for Kaleva.
And also nice RNG, I would say, because you really want to see the middle pattern at some point in this fight.
I mean, getting the middle pattern definitely gives you the quick kill on the B easier. I don't know if it's actually faster though, but now I'm pretty sure Kaleva will actually get that skip. You pretty much kill the B before she transforms into an airplane, which can be, as he did, it can be quite problematic sometimes.
Yeah, the last phase where the B turns out into the airplane is really friendly. It's really hard because he's underneath you, so aiming at her is very hard. At the same time, you have to watch out for platforms, you have to watch out for air attacks, lots of a little bit of bullet storm. So having that phase skipped is always good. And of course, it saves a lot of time by doing this. The middle pattern is useful because when you get the middle pattern, the beast stays on the screen for longer, just compared to the other ones. So you have much more time to deal damage. As a result, very higher chances of getting the big kill. Robot for Kaleva, and whereas JohnScoutman is facing the third phase of Wally Warboss. He's doing pretty well. This fight is going pretty solid for John. Yeah, we'll see if he managed to pull off the kill of Wally Warboss.
In the meantime, Kaleva is gonna do a really nice strat there. In that phase, he's gonna use the bomb right there, and he's gonna completely skip the second phase where the head of the robot goes around. And now he's gonna enter the third phase, which is basically a bullet hell.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see, all the shots spreads radially, starting from the boss. And these bullets have a kind of predictable pattern because they spreads radially in 8 directions. But at the same time, the fact that the boss itself is moving makes the prediction a lot harder. We have this very strange pattern that we have to deal with. Sometimes compared to the platforms, the barriers, the steel barrier that sometimes pops off in the screen, you can get cornered sometimes, and you can find yourself in a very tricky situation if you compare.
Yeah. In the meantime, as both runners took down the bosses respectively, John is going to be facing the dragon, which we said that is the hardest boss in the game pretty much for this category, and is definitely not one of John's favorite bosses. As I talked to him a little bit earlier, and he told me that it's by far the worst boss for him. Yeah.
I can understand. Understand. I remember that I spent around 10 minutes at this boss fight during my first run of this category, so I can definitely understand this fight is really hard.
And previously in the Dr. Robot, like the robot fight, Dr. Wall's robot fight, Kaleva was using bombs to take down phase faster. That is actually one of the boss fights that bombs speeds things up quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like pretty solid fight thus far, no damage, so Kaleva may also want to tank some hits in order to
he will
increase the especially when the big wave cross the arena. And pretty solid kill by Kaleva.
He saved he saved 5 EXs. There is a strat that you can actually use 5 EXs exactly to kill that boss in the last phase. He missed 1 EX, so he didn't really get the fast kill there. But pretty much everything from Kaleva is on point, textbook pace, I guess I should say. As John kills the dragon on his first try, and that is pretty great for him. Pretty sure that's going to give a huge morale boost for him.
Yeah, definitely. This is a very important even for John, surviving the dragon, not taking deaths, for sure he gains some good spirits here, and he will be ready for getting through the third island. Even though he's still quite behind, but for sure now he's going to face the boss with another spirit, which is always important.
Yeah, Kaleva missed the 2 cycle there for the boss on Vermin. In the first phase, you can actually get a skip there, and it's not really that big of a deal because the HP on that boss actually carries over to the next phase. So he will lose just a little bit of time, I think.
And I want just in chat writing only 10 minutes. Some people spent hours on certain bosses in their first playthrough. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in my first playthrough for the dragon. I was talking about a race we had some times ago. A race like this one, basically. But I have already finished the game a lot of time ago, so I pretty much in the boss. So I was talking about a race setting like that.
Nice knockout there from Kaleva. He was using his spread EXs on the boss's face. The face doesn't really do damage to you, but if you actually use the spread EX, you can do maximum damage of that EX that we talked about earlier. It's a really relatively easy fight. He lost a lot of time there because he didn't get the cycle skip in the first phase.
Not really a big time loss, but for sure if he attempts, yeah, that 10 seconds may be important loss.
Exactly, and John misses the skip phase there on the B. It's going to be facing now the last phase, which is the airplane. And he has some really unfortunate platform RNG there. Yeah. He opts to go a little bit crazy there, to like a lot of damage, but it's really unfortunate that he didn't really get that.
He didn't find any platform to save him.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to attack. That was really unfortunate.
Yep.
After right back for Kaleva, what do you think about this fight? This fight is something.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, this fight is kind of RNG based. The Pirate, I believe, I'm not 100% sure as I'm not really that experienced in this category. But from what I understand, if you do get a specific attack, you can actually be slightly more aggressive. And this category is all about aggression.
Yeah, definitely. You want to stay as much as close to the boss because of spread weapon has a very short range and is also your best weapon. And so you really want to use it.
And he's riding the beam. Nice. He was riding the beam there. As you can see, when the ship does the beam attack, you can actually parry on top of it. And he did that. Many players just duck and does that attack. But if you actually parry it, you do damage to him. And yeah, you kill it really faster. And John beats the B. He gets a face skip as well.
Fortunately, not it wasn't the first attempt at B, but still a good fight. 1 minute 3 seconds is a very solid time for the B fight.
Yeah, and now Kaleva is fighting in probably one of the internet's favorite bosses.
Yeah, our beloved wife.
The waifu, yeah. For many people, I guess.
This fight is weird. I would say it's very weird, especially the second phase where there's not really much you can do for avoiding the bullet storm that the heals throw you off. And compared to the stone beams that sometimes the Calamaria throws at you, this fight has its own tricky moments.
Yeah, it definitely is one of the tough bosses in the second phase. If you don't get the skip, if you actually gather enough for an EX bomb now, as Kaleva is going to have enough, you can actually do so much damage that actually you skip the eel phase. And he actually now, there's a really interesting interaction that happened with Kaleva. Usually when you have iframes, you skip the petrifying gaze that the Medusa does, Calamaria does, I should say. But he actually did the bomb, and then he got petrified. So it's like a really
because 1 HP. Actually, playing this fight keep your distance. I don't know if it's safer than just staying close to the boss, but regardless, he managed to win the battle and moves on to the next boss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't really feel confident going up and close to Calamaria. If you actually stay on her face, you keep you can avoid all the attacks that she does. You only have to be careful of the obstacles that appear. Probably Kaleva wasn't really feeling that confident in dodging that. In the meantime, John is having troubles with the robot. He already had a death, and now he's at 1 HP as well.
This is the worst moment in the battle. Yeah, he managed to in the first phase. It waits in the missile forms for him, and now he's ready to face the bullet hell phase. In the meantime, oh god, this boss.
Yeah, can you tell us more about the train boss, Nicole? I'm pretty sure you love that boss, right?
Yeah, I'm totally into it. I can't wait to face him again in the next round.
Exactly.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a really tricky boss. Yeah, it's a really tricky boss. There are like the interesting part about this boss is the fact that you have to move the cart in order to gain like a platform, a safety platform. And this can be a bit difficult for many new players, I guess, in this category. And John gets the knockout, the clutch knockout, I should say, on the Dark Souls Chaos robot. He was at 1 HP from the first phase.
Very good job for John, and also a pretty good time. Definitely.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time, especially if you have 1 HP and you want the clutch.
Yeah, and now he can more or less take break a little bit, because the next battles for him compared to Dragon plus Beef plus Robot, the next battles are much more calm and somewhat easier, but for sure less frantic and less nerve-wracking. And then Robot or Beef and Dragon for sure. Still has to pay attention. They are more fight. Kaleva at 1 HP at the last phase of the train. He has to pay attention to dodge everything at the train.
He does a really nice job. Sometimes those flames that comes out of the heart of the train can be a bit problematic. He managed to dodge all of them. He had a little bit of luck. He gets a really nice time as well.
Now he's ready. Kaleva is ready to enter into the hell with a deathless run so far. So props to Kaleva.
Yeah, he's having a really good run, and I think he's on a really nice pace. Let me check real quick. He's about 30 seconds off his PB, which is not really that bad, considering that Kaleva is having one of the best times in the leaderboards.
He's the second, number 2 in seeding, so definitely also one of the favorite for the overall for the final victory of the tournament. So as we said earlier, Kaleva is one of the scariest opponent, for sure one of the candidates for the final victory of the tournament.
Yeah. Now, as you saw in the King Dice roulette there, every number... John had an unfortunate death right there. When you see like the numbers in the roulette of the King Dice boss fight, every time you hit that dice, you move up from 1 to 3 spaces, and each space is a boss. Now, the optimal route for this category is going to number 2, 4, and 8, because these bosses are having the least amount of HP, and they're really relatively easy as well. And as we see Kaleva take down number 2 boss fight, which is the poker chips. Yeah.
Each boss is inspired to a particular casino games, for instance. We saw the chips, or in general casino environments. Now we are going to see domino. There are also a roulette, an 8-ball, and I believe also a magician, and also an horse, which is...
He's like a horse racing. Yeah, horse racing is all like that. Yeah. John is having 1 HP as again. He does the big wave, or he barely does that big wave.
Yeah, that star clutch for him. Knockout on the domino. This fight is it's quite easy. Oh no, that umbrella got him again.
Yeah, the umbrella can be a bit annoying as it chases you around. It's pretty tough.
Yeah, it moves in a very weird fashion. Sometimes can really trick you, because it seems that it's going to move in a direction and instead it moves in another one, and sometimes you can get fooled by the umbrella. There's nothing you can really do in that situation.
Now, Kaleva. Yeah, the 8-ball is a really easy boss in this category. As you spread, pretty much hits every single projectile that you shoot in the ball. So it's really fast kill as you do maximum damage with the spread. And you can use the EX there easily to maximize the damage as well. Yeah, relatively easy fight. Nothing much to say about this one.
Yeah, every time and as you said several times during this race, every time the boss has not as an hitbox, but not an artbox, you can simply go into him and throw off a complete EX spread with the and deal massive amount of damage. This is for instance the case of the 8, but it's also the case of King Dice. Once you parry on the card, you can, yeah, as he did the Kaleva right now, you can pretty much do the same thing with King Dice.
And the same thing happened.
Stuck again at the Sally. Sally is not having mercy with John. Come on, Sally.
Sally's umbrella in the last phase have been proven quite problematic for John. It is quite an annoying boss fight, to be honest, especially that last phase, if you're not really doing optimal damage on the previous phase. So probably John is not really having the greatest time right there.
Yeah, it's also very hard to hit because he's standing in the upper part of the screen, moves quite fast, and also you have to deal with the flowers, with the umbrella. Definitely not an easy section for
exactly. And for something that Kaleva did, remember kids, always say no to the devil, right? So we're not going to be dealing with the devil. We're always going to fight him. We don't like him, so keep that in mind.
We don't want to.
We
want to join the devil army. Not today, at least.
This boss fight is the first phase in particular has some RNG elements in it. Kaleva actually got one of the worst RNG with the Spire. Yeah, the Spire attack is really slow, and it's also how can I say it? It's slow and you're not dealing much damage too.
Because I spent much more time off screen rather than in screen, so you have not many chances to hit him compared to other attacks where the hitbox of the devil is still in screen, so you can hit me while avoiding all this stuff.
And John gets past Sally. Sally has been proven quite problematic for John, but he managed to clutch that fight. Now as you can see, Kaleva is standing underneath one of the eyes. The hitbox for the devil is his eyes. So if you stay on the edge of the platform, all of your shots pretty much are going to connect. And you can use that EXs, as you see from Kaleva, to maximize the damage. He skips pretty much that entire phase. In a short, he's going to go to the final one, and he's going to get a knockout in a few. Yeah, he gets a knockout. And GG for Kaleva for a sub 37 minute run in real time. And that is actually the best time that we have so far in the tournament.
Very nicely done by Kaleva. I'm impressed by him. Very solid run, and no mistakes. It didn't even take too many risks across all the bosses. He played very solidly. I'm amazed, and definitely proved that Kaleva is. If someone wants to win this tournament, he'll have to deal with Kaleva for sure. It's going to be a very threatening opponent for everyone in this tournament. And
exactly.
We'll see if Kaleva is about to join us for a quick interview. In the meantime, John is facing Werner Wehrman or Tom and Jerry, since the inspiration for this boss is pretty much that one, a cat and a mouse battling each other with a plot twist, since the cat is actually a robot. Governed by the mouse itself. Yeah,
Kaleva actually was 30 seconds, I should say, oh my bad, 30 seconds away from his PB in the official timing that we have, so that was extremely impressive by him, because the official time is without loads, so he had a 33:57,
wow.
Which is one of the top, I think top 7 times in the leaderboards right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
And to give you a reference, the world record is around 32 minutes and 24 seconds, so his run was around 1 minute and a half away from the world record. That's saying. Very impressive.
Exactly.
Right. Props to him.
I'm gonna try to bring Kaleva.
Let's see if... I don't know. I'm not sure I'm supposed to do that. In the meantime, John, oh no, the RNG with John is not very good. He got the dogfish, or whatever those things are, but now with the shark attack here, many chance to deal a lot of damage to the pirate. We're still waiting for, in the meantime, for Kaleva. Let's see if we can...
I'm gonna try to bring him for an interview. Just give me a second.
Oh no, again a dogfish, but this time only 1 HP. This is going to be quite problematic for John. Is to keep focus and not getting panicked. It's not hard. Last phase for John. Pretty much has to avoid this similar to fireball things. The beam attacks is pretty close battle thus far. Ooh, oh my god, that knockout was crucial. That knockout saved him from getting hit very last moment. So John can see, try moving on to the next boss. Still a good run for John. Unfortunately he had some troubles at Sally's stage play. Probably he relaxed a little bit after the three toughest battle of the race, and probably was just some very unfortunate scenarios for him. In the meantime, let's see if we can bring in Kaleva.
That's all there is. There isn't anymore.
Alright, so we have Kaleva with us. I'm sorry for that, guys. I had some to take care of that. I didn't know exactly how to do it. Kaleva, congratulations on your victory. That was a really impressive one. Can you hear us?
I can't hear anything right now.
Oh, you can hear us? Oh, okay. We can hear you, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll disconnect for a bit, real quick.
Okay, yeah. Take it.
I'll jump back.
Take it time, yeah.
Okay, we're going to have Kaleva really soon with us for the post-game interview. In the meantime, John is facing Calamaria. Is in the last phase with 2 HPs. We are already pretty far into the battle. So
I can't hear anything right now.
Should be a decent shape for him. He gets the knockout. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll disconnect for a bit, real quick. I'll jump back again.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that, guys, but I'm gonna be taking care of that in a few. In the meantime, you can cheer for John as he continues the race.
Yeah, he's doing. Yeah, I probably his previous round was a little bit better. I would say. I don't remember, but he got in the. He probably died less times than the prior race, but still in a decent shape. We remember that John probably is not. He is not a regular runner of this category, so props to him for actually accepting to raise this category into a tournament, even though he doesn't really have that much experience at that. But most of us are here just to have some good time, just for racing, just to enjoy the community and just have some fun. I mean, and this is the spirit that many of us had
Okay, hello.
while approaching the tournament. I can see some voices. Is it Kaleva? Kaleva's in the race room. I wasn't hearing some voices. I'm pretty sure. Okay, now we should be good to go.
Yeah, Kaleva should be good to know. He should be fine now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, sorry guys, I can't really hear your voices and
Oh,
I'm not
okay, maybe.
sure how to
Maybe you should fix
get them to work. This is kind of awkward.
I mean,
Don't worry.
yeah, try to fix. Try muting your microphone first until you figure out the settings in Discord. It's alright. Don't worry about it. In the meantime, John is gonna clutch the train.
Yeah, sorry
really
guys, I
interesting.
can't really hear your voices and I'm not sure how to how to get them
Oh.
to work. This is kind of awkward.
Don't worry, don't worry. Can happen. I mean, got hit at the very end of the train fight. He has to repeat everything from the beginning. Actually, the train fight is pretty long, so good chunk of time here. Is there something I can do to help? Let's see. Yeah. Okay.
It's
in
on
the meantime-
it's on Kaleva's end. He's gonna fix it real quick.
Okay. So in the meantime, while we are waiting for him, this John that is still into the run, he really wants to finish this run. It has been a pretty tough run for him, but still into this run. Of course, he probably knows his opponent has already finished, but regardless, I believe he still wants to have some fun and actually beat the game, because it's always good finishing the game on a race, even though you had some troubles and even though you are probably going to lose. And the twin phases, you have to kill both of the heads. And he already got rid of the first one, and now he got rid of the second one. Pay attention to that ghost. Nice job. Now to the last phase. The last phase is a little bit of bullet hell. There are a lot of things going on, and not the hard thing of this battle is sometimes it's not really easy to see the attacks in time for dodging them. So you have to really pay attention. Also, if you want to go for the spread, you're going to pass a lot of time on air. And while you are on air, if you get a very unfortunate fireball, it can be quite problematic to dodge. And also, you have, as you can see, you have the platform on which you can move on is pretty tight. You have no much room for space of maneuvering, but the CX is enough for him to actually get rid of the train and moving on towards the hell. King dies, the devil, and then even John will be done with the race. And let's see. In the meantime, Tusi is trying to bring in Kaleva into the commentary for the interview. But in the meantime, we can still going on with John.
Yeah, I apologize for that. There appears to be a problem with Kaleva's output device, so we're gonna be fixing it real quick as he's preparing for the interview. And yeah, John did have some unfortunate deaths there for the train, but it's not really the end of the world for him. He did manage to clutch it a little bit there.
He did better than me at track.
Yeah.
Also, good heart pattern for John, because we have a heart on 4 and heart of 8. So on that, as you can see, at each number corresponds a boss, but also there are 3 numbers which have an heart over them, and means that if you land on that tile, you get also an extra heart, an extra HP, which is really useful for some fights, for safety if you have some troubles, and also for tanking some hits and deal damage.
I can hear you guys now.
We can hear you. I
Alright.
can hear you, Kaleva. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Oh,
Alright.
nice, very nice. So here's
Yeah,
Kaleva.
Yeah,
Finally
congratulations.
join us.
Yeah, congratulations on the win, Kaleva. That was a really nice
Yeah.
run.
Yeah, it was a solid run after all. I
Yeah,
was kinda surprised that I could pull that off.
Yeah. We all said that you had a 33:57 without loads time, which is one of really close to your PB as well.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
there was like one specific fight that you could have done slightly better? Because I don't remember like any specific ones that you did play, because you played really well pretty much everything.
I guess there was plenty of fights where I could have done a lot better, because just at some fights I got really nervous and then I took a few hits, and then I had to play safe, and I kind of wanted to go deathless because that's kind of the play I want to play on these races.
Yeah, I mean the biggest time.
Now.
Yeah, the biggest time save is not dying, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I guess I have played this category a lot, so a lot of my boss fights are pretty optimized, but I get time losses every now and then, like in every run. But yeah, for a race, this was really good.
Only 30 seconds apart from your PB. I mean,
Yeah.
this is not a usual set where you just play at your pace and no one, almost with not very less people watching you. And if you commit a mistake, you can always reset, and who cares? But here, if you commit a mistake, and a mistake is going to matter a lot more than usual contest. So you did only 30 seconds worse than your best time, I presume. So
Yep.
that's insane. I mean, only 30 seconds in a race is nothing. It's really nothing. It's really nothing. Not even half of a boss. So very, very, very nice round for you. And
It was indeed.
usually we usually ask to each runners which is your favorite boss in terms of, first of all, which is your favorite boss in terms of gameplay, in terms of fights, and which is your least favorite one?
I guess I like Wally Warbles the most because there's something in that final pace that just gets me. Like the thing that you can't damage him when he shoots the heart, and it's really cool, like little thing in that boss fight, and you can hit the missiles really well in the final phase, and it's just really cool fight indeed.
Yeah, I also love the death animation of the bird. I believe it's too funny. I mean,
Yeah.
In the meantime, John gets a knockout on the king dice. He got really good RNG there in the roulette. He got 3 hearts. I believe, no, 2 hearts.
also
Yeah.
damageless run because he got an A+. So as rank.
He got hit twice, but he had 2
twice.
hearts. Yeah, he had 2
twice.
hearts already from the roulette. He's gonna be fighting the devil now. Kaleva, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You are one of the better runners that we have here in the tournament. You recently got a new PB as well. Do you think that you can actually advance a lot in the tournament?
Well, I really hope so, but I'm actually kind of nervous, or at least I was kind of nervous for my next opponent, Mr. Dino, because I think he did really well in his tourney match as well. And yeah, well, I got this time right now, and yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident for sure. But yeah, I think I can advance really well in this tourney if I just keep up this pace, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. With times like this one you got today, you're going to win most of your matches. I'm not seeing into our roster of players many players that can get on a race a better time than 30 the time you got in this race. So the problem is that you need to be there's consistency is key in races. So the important part is today you scored a pretty insane time. The difficult part is to win again and against other opponents. That's the trickiest part, and also the I would say also the best part of racing, because racing is all about consistency.
Yeah.
Whoever gets more consistent and better times on average wins. It doesn't matter your PB if your PB is the world record, but on race you get on average 40 minutes runs. You're not going to have much chance. But if instead, even if your PB is not that good, but you have a pretty insane, pretty low average pace, such as if you have a 33 average run, then your chances in the tournament are very high. I believe that you are definitely one of the most prominent threats in this tournament. And you're also the number 2 in seeding, so this also proves that you are definitely one of the best candidate for the final win.
Yeah, thank you.
JohnScoutman now is on the third phase of the devil, going to the last phase soon. He had an unfortunate death there with the clap getting him from the devil, and now he moves to the last phase. It's a bit problematic sometimes if you don't parry the tears. Let's see if he gets the knockout.
Yeah,
And he gets it. Nice.
He did.
Yeah,
GG for Jones, which managed to finish off
Yeah.
the race with a SRL time of 54 minutes and 49 seconds. GG to John. It was a difficult run for him. He had a lot of very tough moments, especially towards the middle of the fight, but still managed to do pretty well. He managed to stay focused and to finish the run, despite all the troubles and all the.
Hello.
So put lots of GGs
Oh.
in chat for JohnScoutman, and
Yeah, GG's, John.
GG.
let's see if I believe we should have probably John here. On the
He's
shot.
here. Yeah, he's here.
Ah, he's
Yeah.
already here. Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So,
GG John, the race. You had some troubles in some boss fights, but you managed to finish it.
A one-shot Grim. It's a personal
Yeah.
victory for me.
yeah, definitely. That was an amazing achievement. When you one shot Grim, it feels always very, very good. And who cares of the other bosses? Even if you died a million times with the other bosses, you one shot the dragon, and that is already a very nice little result.
Alright, so John, quick question now for you. You haven't been done doing this category for long, right? You are a simple difficulty guy, right?
Yeah, I
If I'm not mistaken.
mainly do simple when I do run at all.
Yeah, and how do you feel like there is a huge difference between simple and regular, right?
I feel like the biggest difference that I notice is that spread is a lot harder to use than most weapons, but it has the best outcome if you're good at using it.
Yeah, true.
And-
Like it requires aggressive positioning, that is for sure, and that can be problematic.
If I were to use like a charge, for example, then I'd obviously take up more time because it takes more time to get charge, but I think I would have had a lot less deaths.
Yeah, I believe so, but I won't. I would really love to see from a race from you the JohnScoutman special, the runabout. Are we gonna see it in the next race?
I'll go get a roundabout next time.
You're gonna
in
get
the
it?
next race.
Nice.
Alright. I like that. And you're gonna be facing actually the call. Yeah, the call in the
Hi,
next
I'm your
race.
next opponent.
Hello.
Really going to go for the roundabout?
Gonna roundabout you, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
just run about him out of the tournament, right? I'm kidding. Jesus to both runners. Kaleva, I got a last question for you. This category is probably your favorite one, right? If I'm not mistaken. That's
Yeah,
what
at
you
least.
told me.
Yeah, at least I have run it like the most now. And yeah, I like it more than All Bosses Regular, which is kind of my second favorite category, because I've only run the categories that are the most popular, mostly. So I like this category more because of that button mashing you have to do in the Legacy, mostly. But
bottom
the
motion.
Legacy is also really fun, and I'm looking forward to running it sometime in the future also.
That sounds good. Do you think you're gonna go for the world record attempts in this one?
Well, I'm gonna just see how my time's lower from this one. I mean my personal best, but yeah, I guess I can shoot for the sub 33 at least.
That is really exciting. I'm really a huge fan of how you play. I really like the style, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people really enjoyed it as well. So, guys, if you want to see speedruns from those two guys, make sure you follow them. Kaleva, it's Kaleva and Hera on Twitch, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think we have a command for that. And John,
Yeah, I think we do.
your Twitch is. We do. Oh, we do have a command for that. Make sure you hit a follow if you really enjoy the runs, if you really enjoy their character as well, or you might as well notice that on their streams. John, what are you planning to do after the tournament?
Well, I used to be more into Cuphead speedrunning, but I kind of dropped it and just do simple now because simple, in my opinion, takes a lot less practice. And I think that shows here. It's like, in simple, I could get a deathless run, but on this, it's much harder. I'd say this category probably takes the most skill if you're going to be taking the fastest path. And so I might try this category if I become more engaged with speedrunning again, but I've just been busy and kind of dropped it a little bit.
Yeah, it happens. Well, do you guys have anything final to say before we close the stream? Any final thoughts?
I think that he had a great run. I'm pretty positive that even if I went deathless, I wouldn't have beaten him. I'd probably still be like at least a minute off.
Yeah,
because he already had a pretty good lead before I even died. So good job on that.
Yeah, thank you.
He was he was slightly ahead. Not too much though, not too much. First island, we were pretty close during the first island, but then distance increased a lot. The second island when you died at Peppy and Kaleva instead beat the Baroness Bon. And from there, yeah, distance started to increase.
I'm actually gonna check how many times I died.
I was actually pretty nervous about this run, even though, like, I got a very good run now. So, yeah, I practiced a lot of those some World 1 bosses as well, and Baroness from Bon and Grim Mastic as well.
Yeah,
so yeah, it wasn't like a trivial race for me.
No
Yeah.
race is trivial. I mean, you can be the world record holder, but if you start choking during races,
Yeah, like
you lose against pretty much everyone. So trivial race don't really exist.
yeah.
Trust me. I've already seen a tons of time world record holders losing against not even most quoted opponents just because they simply had some mistakes here and there. That can happen. It can happen to everyone. And those errors cost in the game. So you have always to be focused during the race. You have to always play at your best. And also, you have to be able to recover from errors and not to get you down if you die, if you do some big mistakes. That's the biggest part of racing.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright,
So it was only 11 deaths.
Oh, just 11, alright.
Yeah, just 11.
If you want to see the next opponent for the two races, Kaleva is going to be racing Mr. Dino, as we said earlier, and JohnScoutman is going to be facing the Cole. The dates we don't know yet. They're going to have to contact their opponents to arrange that. In the meantime, if you want to see more Cuphead speedruns, we have two races tomorrow at 2 p.m. EST. The first match is going to be Valiso against Jason, and then the second match, yeah, that's a good one. And the second one is Lindessence against Lori the Beaver. And Lori wants to race. She didn't have the chance to do it last time, so this is going to be a really interesting one as well. All right, I think we have to close the stream right now. GG's to both runners. That was really nice race that we saw. Yeah, really good times.
Thank you.
And yeah,
GG's again.
Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for Speed Gaming for hosting this event. See you next time, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Till the next time.